There's two types of gazes in our world, the female gaze and the male gaze. Me personally, I'm a male gay. Smash like. So, many people will tell you how them building up their flexibility and their aesthetics is more important for the female gaze. And you'll be like, but aren't you straight? Why are you trying to impress the female gaze? Well, it's not the gaze, it's the gaze. If you know what I mean. Gaze. Okay, I took the joke too far. So, what is the comparison between the female gaze and the male gaze? Let's go. A man, what's impressive to a dude? Achievements. How big you are, right? A man sees a bear and goes, hell yeah. Dudes are most impressed by, sheer size, sheer girth, if I may. And yes, women just aren't impressed by like that mostly. This is why, despite me looking like me, I pull because looking kind of femme is actually good. I mean, looking very femme might get you down a few points because then they'll be like one of us, but like just a little, that's like good enough, bro. And what females usually are attracted to is just a dude who looks like he's femme, but like his whole personality is mask AF, right? Because if you look like a chick and then you have the deepest voice ever. I don't have the deepest voice ever, but like it's good enough to get by, right? And I'm 16, leave me alone. So when you have the characteristic traits within your personality of a man, right, of a leader, of someone who will show people the way, who will help people, all that BS, who will be alongside people but push them to be the better versions of themselves, right? All that BS. That's what females are attracted to because it shows them how you can step up and take authority as well as responsibility so that they can supplement you better, right? To an extent we complement each other, but like nowadays people are their own people, nobody's dependent on each other, and most people even prefer living without partners. So let's use supplementing as our word today, as the main word, to not offend, um, you know, and to even be more, correct in terms of our modern culture. Because a guy doesn't need a girl doesn't need a guy. We can feed each other. We can feed ourselves. We can work. We can cook, clean, do everything by ourselves. We don't need nobody, unless of course you move on to the family aspect and stuff. But that's late game stuff, right? Attraction is early game. So what you need to do is like wear female scents. Okay, this might sound crazy. Okay, this might sound crazy, but like shit that girls buy as scents. If you have that, you're just gonna seem more trustworthy. Okay, unless they identify that that is a girl scent. Okay, get one that's like girly but like close enough to manly as one can get by with. Right. Once that's done, get accessories and stuff. Right. Girls all the time they'll have like their small bags and their necklaces and their rings and their belts and shit. Always have that, right? If you're going out in like a plain white shirt and blue jeans, I mean, you're gonna be respected by dudes, right? That's like hey, you do you, bro. That's like a respectable outfit. You don't really care much about what you look, but a girl isn't really gonna be impressed in a way, right? And when it comes to your body, you need to not have way too much muscle for your height. Right? If you're 5'6" and you put on like it's easy to put on muscle when you're like short. And if you put on too much muscle, you're just gonna end up looking like a mini chimpanzee or a mini gorilla. You don't want that shit. Even though dudes will, look at you and how massive you are and be like, yeah, that's fire, bro. Girls don't really like that. Okay, girls prefer more lean, athletic bods because the appeal they give, bro. Like this dude can run and fight as well. Boom. And some will be like, oh, but what about girls liking the big boys and shit. Okay, so the thing is, right, when people have preferences out of convention, it's either by trauma or they're just weird, and it's mostly the first one, right? Girls who prefer their man with like super massive beards and like a huge ass dude, smelly ass people who can just stutter and shit. See that stuff if they prefer at our age, okay, like between like the 16 to 20-year-old bracket. If they prefer that shit, bro, it's probably because like daddy issues and stuff. right? And if you want to dwell in that realm, and if you have no option, if you're just massive ass dude with all that masculine stuff, and you may want to dwell in that realm, but it doesn't really end well for most. I mean, when's the last time you've seen a young couple which has like the dude massive as hell, and they're both like, not just hideous AF and shit. Let's not get too much into specifics, you know what I'm saying. And that type of stuff is very rare. It mostly never happens. Well, I've seen like one example, but I don't really know much about that. So yeah, what you need to be doing is, not also maximizing just looking good for the female gaze, because then dudes are gonna be like, that dude's gay as hell. And yeah, you don't want that either, because ultimately we don't be doing stuff for, for approval from anyone. But like, let's assume there's more male activity in your life, right? You'll hang out with your friends, and work life is going to be mostly dudes. Well, in the commerce field, for me at least, even in science field, is mostly dudes, because people are mostly dudes. Yeah, like, isn't the dudes in the world 51%? So my point stands. Okay, even though I am on thin ice currently, and very very controversial, seemingly, my point stands. I haven't said anything controversial yet, but I am on very thin ice, and I'm skating on it, like I am. Insert a famous ice skater's name. Who really watches ice skating? Yeah, kill me. I went off topic again. Yeah, so you need to maximize neither of them, right? You need to keep shit in control. You need to be, attracting females too, but not to an extent where you're like, when the dudes are like, yeah, this dude's gay as well. As you need to maximize respect from both genders, because balance. Feel like the monk from Crash Royale right now. Well, really, I'm from the trenches, working, no movies. If you get my reference, you get it. If you don't, I'm a boring person. What can I say? Move on. So yeah, work on yourself, little bro. Alright, facial hair just a bit, maybe even clean shaved. Oh yeah, recently I shaved, and my sister said, "You look like if a man and a woman had a baby." Good luck to whatever uni she's going to. I don't know, bro. I just don't know what to say anymore, because it's like way too obvious what I'm saying. It's like, you just need to more accessories, right? Dress well, okay? Just go look at how the feminine people are dressing. Even look at how the gays are dressing, bro. As if you go into like in like a famous gay dude like James, okay, don't take James Charles, but you know what I mean, like Elton John and shit. Right? You go in their like Instagram posts and stuff, and you see girls like, oh, look at his fashion sense, bro. Just copy that stuff, man. Copy that stuff. If we look back into like the white people, the white gay people from like the 80s and 90s, you'll see the straight men and the gay men don't dress that unalike either. Is that even a word? Unlike. Shit. I did not just say unalike. Wow. Okay, damn. Yeah, brain freeze. So yeah, don't make it gay, because it's not really gay if it's like chill. You know what I'm saying? You looked at me. Okay, too many rogue, vague references. Nobody's gonna get this shit. Good night.